Yo, what is up ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy IzuKage here with the finale, the long-awaited finale for What If Naruto Was Muzan'S Reincarnation. So I'm not trying to take up much time, but definitely check out the links in the description. We've got the Discord and Cop Your Anime merch today, but we'll get into that later on in the video. And with that all said, let's just get right into the What If. So we left off with Hiruzen coming into Naruto's little apartment, and when he opens the door, he sees Naruto lying in bed and was thinking that this is the best chance he has to sneak up on him and take him out. But Naruto, he got up and said, "Oh, Hiruzen, what do you want?" And Hiruzen, he tried to clear his mind as quickly as possible because he knows that one of Naruto's abilities is to read minds, but it was way too late at this point because Naruto, his ability is basically instant. As soon as you think about it, he knows it. So Naruto, he decides to play along with Hiruzen's little game, and I mean, he did say, "What do you want?" And Hiruzen, he responded by saying, "Well, the other demons wanted to know how you were. They haven't heard from you in a really long time." So Naruto, he says, "Oh," and lays back in bed and says, "Tell them I'm just recovering." And Naruto says, "You can see your way out now." So Hiruzen, he turns around and he's walking to leave, but he just can't because he came here to completely get rid of Naruto and he's not gonna leave here until he does. So as Hiruzen is going through the door, he stops and turns around quickly and runs towards Naruto, and he's about to throw a punch at him, but he freezes instantly, he can't move any of his body parts. And Naruto, he gets up and starts chuckling to himself and said, "You really thought you could defeat me?" And Hiruzen at this point, he's starting to beg for his life. He's like, "No, I was just testing you to see if you were still hot on your feet." And Naruto, he says, "Don't play dumb with me. I know exactly what you wanted to do, and it was never going to work out in the first place. As soon as you thought of the idea, I knew about it." And Hiruzen says, "What are you gonna do with me?" And Naruto starts laughing "Is that a question? I can replace any of you at any point." And Hiruzen, he starts begging even more "Please, I'm one of the strongest you have." And Naruto simply says, "I can make someone stronger." And Hiruzen's body explodes into blood all over his apartment. And then he says, "I'll have one of the demons clean it up." And then he walks out of the building and towards the Kage mansion. So Naruto, he walks in and starts going straight to Hiruzen's office, but the lady who's at the desk who normally schedules people to see the Hokage, she's like, you can't go back there." She's trying to stop Naruto, and she gets around from the desk she's sitting at and runs and tries to grab Naruto. But as she grabs Naruto's arm, Naruto looks back at her, and the killing intent he sends out sent shivers down this lady's spine. She froze, and Naruto yanks his hand from her arm and he goes to Hiruzen's office, and he takes a seat and kicks his feet up on the desk, and he thinks, if you want something done, it's better to be done yourself. And Naruto telepathically calls the strongest demons he has at his disposal. So right when Naruto does, Sakura along with Guy, Asuma, Kurenai, and Ibiki, they all appear in front of Naruto and kneel down. And Naruto said to them, "I'm planning a full takeover of this village, and you need to make it as discreet as possible because if the villagers know, it'll cause a panic. I want you guys to bring me the Leaf's top ranking members, whether it be influential civilians, clan heads, and especially the elders. Bring them by force if you have to." So the Jonin jump off, and Sakura, who's still there, Naruto, he got up and said, "How are you liking your newfound strength?" And Sakura said, "It's alright, I guess. I just hate the fact that you can control my every move." And Naruto smirks and said, "Just remember, you work for me. You can live your life, but when I call, you answer. Now go make yourself useful and bring the rest of Team 7 here." So an hour later, the halls of the Hokage mansion are filled with people. They're lining up outside the door leading into the Hokage's office. So first to go in was Kakashi and Sasuke. And when they walk in, they were shocked when they saw Naruto just sitting in the Hokage seat. And Kakashi said, "Naruto, what are you doing? You're disrespecting the Hokage." And Naruto said, "What if I am the new Hokage?" And Sasuke kept silent because Naruto's overwhelming presence, because he can sense it, because he's a demon as well. And Kakashi said to Naruto, "Okay, Naruto, playtime's over." And he went around to grab Naruto's arm, but then Naruto sinked his nails into Kakashi's stomach and made Sasuke drag him over to the next room while his transformation is completing. So this process continues with everyone coming in the room, and Naruto would turn them into demons, creating a small army, but not everyone he turned into a demon would fight. The elders and some civilians would just be left to make sure that the civilians have a sense of security, while in fact Naruto is in complete control of their lives. So after this, we would go to the 3-year time skip, and Naruto was a very productive Hokage. And I kind of struggle to call him an Hokage since he has the elders doing all of the Hokage's work for him, but he is providing the Anbu who he turned all into demons. He provides them with high profile missions, and he would go on some of them to create more demons outside the leaf, slowly growing his control over the entire world. And some of these people he did turn into demons would be like the Kazekage and Tsuchikage. So when it comes to the Akatsuki like Deidara and Sasori infiltrating the sand, this fight is extremely one-sided in favor of the sand. The power that these demons get is overwhelming Sasori and Deidara, because there are multiple demons in the sand, so they're all fighting and they defeat them with ease, killing them. So this sets the Akatsuki back a lot with the death of these two members. And meanwhile, Naruto is undercover in the land of lightning. He shapeshifted himself to look more like a cloud ninja. So I was reading over this script and I saw that I said he shapeshifted himself to look more like a cloud ninja. So basically he turned himself black. Just thought that was funny. Anyways, back to the what if. So Naruto has been in the cloud for a few weeks now and is finally going to see the Raikage today. So he suits up with his full ninja outfit and he heads to the Raikage's office. And Naruto walks into his office and he sees the Raikage along with B, and Naruto bows, to be polite and says, "Lord Raikage, I'm so excited to meet you." And the Raikage, he's had a long day and he's trying to speed things along and he says, "Okay, what do you need?" And Naruto says, "Well, I just wanted to know if you wanted to become a demon." And the Raikage is like, "Come again?" And Naruto clarifies and he says, "Do you want to become a demon?" And the Raikage at this point, he's had enough. He's like, just get out. I don't know what kind of dumb question you're asking me. Do I want to be a demon? What? So Naruto, he lowers his head in shame, he's acting all sad, and then he turns around, and as he's walking through the door, a hand shoots out of his back, and Naruto stabs his nail into Raikage's chest, and B was shocked, and in that split second, Naruto used his right arm to grab B the same way he did with the Raikage, sending his blood into both of them. And as Naruto stopped, they dropped on the ground, and then he heard a massive explosion. And Naruto goes outside and he sees a member of the Akatsuki attacking the cloud. And Naruto, he has to focus on his thoughts and he's getting telepathic messages from demons back in the leaf. They're being attacked also, as well as the sand and the mist. So Naruto grabs his head in pain and he says, and he's thinking like, how did they launch a simultaneous attack without anyone knowing, without any information leaking? So Naruto, he focuses on the man in the black robe, and then it's Hidan, like Hidan is attacking, but there's someone behind him that isn't an Akatsuki member. And Naruto narrows his eyes and then they widen when he realizes that that's Madara. Yes, Madara is already reanimated. So while Naruto is taking care of that, we switch to Black Zetsu, and he's at the house where Kaguya raised Hagoromo and his brother, and he said finally the seal is about to be broken. And in this, Kaguya's seal works like the Nine-Tail seal, where it gets weaker over time, and it's been like a million what? It's been 1,000 years, and it's finally weak enough for Kaguya's chakra to seep through. So we switch back to Naruto, and Madara can sense how strong Naruto is, and also Madara at this point doesn't have the Rinnegan, so Madara hones in on Naruto and rushes him, but in a flash of lightning, A comes in with his full cloak on and blocks the attack, and the Raikage is now under Naruto's control, and so is Killer Bee. So they're both fighting Madara, and it sort of equals out because Madara, he has unlimited chakra, while Killer Bee and A, they're demons, so they've been amped a lot. So while they're dealing with Madara, Naruto, he is dealing with the real threat, Hidan. Since he can't die, no other ninja has the ability to defeat him except Naruto, who allows himself to get cut by Hidan, and he says, "Finally, I have your blood. Now it's time for you to die." And he licks Naruto's blood, and then Hidan pauses for a second, and his whole body starts to be in pain, and Naruto's blood is destroying him from the inside out, because Naruto can will someone into becoming a demon. Like if he gives you your blood, he can say, oh yeah, you can become a demon with it, or just no, and you die. So Hidan consumes Naruto's blood, and Naruto is like, yeah, you're dying. So Hidan, he's screaming, crying out in pain. Meanwhile, A and B, after beating the crap out of Madara, A summons the Amber Purification Jar, and he seals Madara away since they're never gonna kill him, like he's a reanimation. And with Hidan dead, the Cloud is practically safe at this point. So Naruto gets info from his demons in the other villages that they successfully defended against the Akatsuki. So Naruto, he's going to be returning to the Leaf. So back with Black Zetsu, and Kaguya, the leak in her seal allows her to release some of her chakra, and it manifests into a physical form. And she begins to walk with Black Zetsu and he begins to tell her all about his plans to get the 10 tails and all of that. And Kaguya is listening to this and then asks Zetsu, "Take me to see the people of this world." Because Kaguya, she's starting to remember the love she had for humans in the first place. She never wanted to harm any of them. So she wanted to get her own view of the human race. So Zetsu, he's a bit confused but says, well, okay, and he takes her to the Leaf, because when he's thinking of what's a good example of the entire human race, the Leaf is like probably the best example she'll get. So Kaguya, she's watching from an outsider's perspective and looking at the daily lives of these people, looking at the hard work they're putting in to get through in life. And Kaguya, she's actually starting to feel her love return for the human race. And she just continues to watch for days. And when Naruto returns to the Leaf, she focuses on him because she can immediately sense that he's the strongest in the village by far. So she focuses on Naruto and is watching him throughout his daily life, and she's actually grown quite attached to Naruto. In Naruto, he can sense her presence. He doesn't know where she is, but he can always sense this sort of looming, powerful being over the village. And he was kind of freaked out by it, but seeing that the village hasn't been attacked for days, it's probably something or someone peaceful. So after about a week of looking at the different people in the Leaf Village, Black Zetsu asks Kaguya, like, what is she planning to do? She's been at this for an entire week now. They need to get to their plans, to revive the 10 tails and all of that. And Kage is saying, why don't we just stay on Earth? And Black Zetsu is like, what? And she's like, yeah, we can just stay on Earth. And Black Zetsu, he doesn't want to go against his mother, but he did just spend the last 1,000 years trying to get her full power back, and now she just wants to live here? So he's a bit confused, but Kaguya, she begins to explain and even show Black Zetsu how these people are living simple lives, and she would like to see how it is also, you know, not living the life as this supreme being. And Zetsu, well, all he can do is agree, I guess. So while Naruto is sleeping one night, Kaguya, she appears in his room, and Naruto, he's immediately alerted by this because Kaguya's just her strength alone alerted Naruto, and then he shoots up out of bed, and then he gets into a fighting stance and says, who is it? And then like his eyes start to adjust to the dark, and he sees this white figure in the dark, and he says, oh, so it's you. And Kage is a bit confused and says, me who? And Naruto, he begins to explain this feeling he's had for the past week now. And Kaguya, she's actually impressed that Naruto could pick up on her strength. And Kaguya is like, so you aren't scared of me? And Naruto, he just lays back in bed and says, you've been around this village for a week. If you were gonna attack it, you would have done it long ago. And Naruto, he just goes back to sleep and says, lock the door on your way out. So Naruto, he legit goes to sleep, and when he wakes up, he sees Kaguya still there at his house, actually cooking food. And Naruto, he gets up, he's like, what are you still doing here? And then she's like, oh, I wanted to cook you something. And Naruto looks in the pot, and it's not anything he's ever seen before. It's some Otsutsuki delicacy that Naruto, yeah, as I say, he's never seen it before. So Naruto, he's like, I'm good. I'll just have ramen. So the entire day, Kage is chasing this man down like a friggin' schoolgirl, trying to get his attention. And her resilience does pay off because eventually Naruto starts giving her a bit more attention, and when he goes on different missions, she tags along as well and actually helps Naruto sometimes. So he's like, okay, you might actually be useful. So eventually, after months of trying to get Naruto to fall for her, he kinda does. Like Naruto, he allows her to stay at his apartment, they chill and start getting to know each other even more. And eventually, they make it official by getting married, and it's not anything public, it's literally in Naruto's apartment because yes, he still lives in that small apartment just like in canon. So Naruto, he would go on to have some OP kids, and I'm talking overpowered. Half demon, half Otsutsuki. I couldn't even make a what if on that. That would be way too OP. Or could I? No, I'm kidding. I'm not gonna do that. But anyways, Naruto, yeah, as I said, his kids would go on to become the strongest the ninja world has ever seen, and there will be pretty much no threat that they can't take care of. And since they're both immortal, now that I'm thinking about it, they're like the best pairing it's the best pairing for Naruto, since they're gonna be together for an eternity. And that is where I'm gonna be leaving this one off. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end of the video, and if you liked it, and if you like my content in general, consider subscribing. And yeah, yo, have you guys seen Baryon mode in Boruto? Yeah, I'm telling you, Boruto is getting lit right now. I might start watching it. I've only seen clips of it. To be honest, it really doesn't look that good. It looks okay at best. It's like B tier in all of Naruto's transformations, in my opinion. It's really not that good. I would say even Sage mode is better, and that's saying a lot. Sage mode is just paint on his eyes. Okay, I'm getting way too deep into this, but yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.